The $773 million bet. How NTT DC REIT turned Silicon Valley's biggest weakness into Singapore's hottest investment. Every time you ask ChatGPT a question, stream a Netflix show, or send a WhatsApp message, you're consuming electricity from massive warehouses packed with humming servers. These data centers are the invisible backbone of our digital world, and they're remaking some investors incredibly wealthy. The latest gold rush started on July 14, 2025, when NTT DC REIT made its Singapore exchange debut, raising $773 million in what became the city-state's largest REIT IPO in over a decade. But this isn't just another real estate story. It's a calculated bet on humanity's insatiable hunger for data and the physical infrastructure needed to feed it. A historic market entry, NTT DC REIT's listing on the main board of the Singapore Exchange marks a significant milestone as Singapore's largest REIT IPO in over a decade. The offering raised approximately $773 million United States dollars, with 600 million units offered at United States dollar, 1 per unit to institutional investors, and 30 million units at $1.276 per unit to Singapore retail investors. This landmark debut comes at a crucial time for Singapore's capital markets. Singapore has had just 3 IPOs so far this year, compared to Hong Kong's more than 40, making NTT DC REIT's successful launch particularly significant for revitalizing investor interest in the Singapore market. The digital infrastructure goldmine. What makes NTT DC REIT compelling is its pure-play exposure to one of the fastest-growing sectors in the global economy. The global data center market was valued at $242.7 billion United States dollars in 2024. And is projected to reach $584.8 billion by 2032, representing a compound annual growth rate of 11.7%. The REIT's initial portfolio is strategically diversified across 3 key markets: 6 data center assets located in the United States, Austria, and Singapore, with a total IT load capacity of approximately 90 megawatts. The U.S. assets include 2 Tier 3 facilities in Northern Virginia, often called the global data center epicenter, and Northern California. Premium assets in prime locations. The quality of NTT DC REIT's portfolio sets it apart from competitors. All 6 data center assets are carrier neutral and Tier 3 or Tier 3 equivalent, representing the gold standard in data center infrastructure with 99.982% uptime guarantees. One standout asset is VA2 at 44,610 Guilford Drive in Ashburn, Virginia, built in 2016, offering 14 megawatts across 7,205 SQM and operating at 97.3% occupancy. The geographic diversification provides exposure to multiple growth markets while mitigating regional risks. Of the 6 assets in the IPO portfolio, only the Singapore asset sits on leasehold land, with the lease running until 2070. While the others are on freehold land, providing long-term asset security. Attractive yield in a high-rate environment for yield-hungry investors. NTT DC REIT offers compelling returns. The REIT launched with a dividend yield of 7.5%, significantly higher than many traditional REITs, and particularly attractive in the current interest rate environment. This yield is supported by the stable, long-term nature of data center leases, and the mission-critical importance of these facilities to their tenants. The NTT advantage, scale, and expertise. NTT REIT benefits from the backing of one of the world's largest telecommunications and technology companies. As of December 31, 2024, NTT has a footprint of over 2,200 megawatts of IT power in operation and under construction, with a portfolio of 133 buildings across 91 data center sites spanning the Americas, Europe, the Middle East, Africa, and Asia. This extensive global presence provides NTT DC REIT with a significant competitive advantage through access to a pipeline of high-quality acquisition opportunities, operational expertise, and economies of scale, strong tenant relationships across multiple markets, technical know-how in emerging technologies, like AI infrastructure, riding the AI wave. The timing of NTT DC REIT's launch couldn't be better. The artificial intelligence boom is driving unprecedented demand for data center capacity. AI workloads require significantly more computational power than traditional applications, leading to increased demand for specialized data center infrastructure. This trend is expected to accelerate as more companies integrate AI into their operations. Strategic growth potential. NTT Data initially planned to set up the REIT in Japan, with the trust expected to manage assets totaling up to 100 billion yen, $625.2 million. However, the decision to list in Singapore opens up greater access to international capital and positions the REIT for regional expansion across Asia-Pacific's rapidly growing digital economy. The move to sell data centers to REITs follows a well-established practice overseas, with industry leaders like Equinix and Digital Realty Trust demonstrating its success. This strategy allows NTT to unlock capital tied up in real estate while retaining operational control and technical expertise. Market position and competition. Once listed, NTT DC REIT became the third pure-play data center REIT on the SGX, following Keppel DC REIT and Digital Core REIT. This creates a competitive but diverse landscape for investors seeking exposure to the data center sector through Singapore-listed vehicles. Challenges and considerations. While the investment thesis is compelling, investors should consider potential headwinds. The REIT posted a net loss in 2024, though this is expected to improve as rents rebase higher and new acquisitions are made. Additionally, short-term distribution yields may be affected by political or regulatory factors in key markets. The future of digital infrastructure investment, NTT DC REIT, represents more than just an investment opportunity. It has a chance to participate in the foundational infrastructure powering the digital economy. As businesses worldwide increasingly rely on cloud computing, AI, and digital services, the data centers that enable these technologies become ever more valuable. The REIT's strategic positioning across key global markets, backed by NTT's operational expertise and financial strength, positions it well to capitalize on the ongoing digital transformation. For investors seeking exposure to this megatrend through a yields-generating vehicle, NTDC REIT offers a compelling proposition in an increasingly data-driven world. As we move deeper into the AI age, the question is, whether data centers will continue to grow in importance. It's whether investors will position themselves to benefit from this inevitable expansion. NTDC REIT provides one of the most direct ways to invest in the digital infrastructure that powers our connected world.